And I am here with Teresa Cash. Teresa, thanks so much for joining me today. Teresa is an artist, and I'm going to have her tell us about her story of how she got started with doing artwork.
Okay, so I begin now, right?
Yeah.
I actually, it was a very cold February in 2011. I had just turned a special age, 58. Did you get And I knew that there was more to life. I did not know what there was, but I knew that there was something more that I'm supposed to be doing on this earth. So I remember sitting in my room. Back then it was just where I paid bills, but now it's my studio. And I sitting there and I looked up to the heavens and I said, what am I supposed to be doing? There's more. My life was good, but I just felt that there was more. And it was a very pivotal time for me because I was really opening up my heart to find out what was more.
Yep.
And then fast forward, my husband and I went to a place called Sedona, Arizona. And I went into this one store and there was a piece of artwork by Kelly Ray Roberts. And it was about listening to the whispers. And I knew that I was being whispered to. And then when I returned home, then I sat down at my desk and I drew a piece of art. And I brought it here so I could show you. This is the very first piece of art that I ever drew. And she means a lot to me because it was my beginning. And from that moment on, I knew that I was supposed to be an artist. The trick is I did not know what I was supposed to be doing. So I just started.
So you didn't like have courses that you took, or you weren't always into artwork as far as drawing or anything yourself before this time?
Never. I did not know that I could paint or draw. I just knew, like I said, that there was more to me. And I'm really surprised even today with what I can do that I did not know that I could do. And
Right.
all it was about was overcoming the fear and believing that there was more and just keep going. So I started putting one foot in front of the other, not knowing where I was going. And I would just begin. And I did a piece of art. It was about a lady on a tricycle, and she was on a pathway that said, follow the path of your dreams. And the whole thing was just begin, just begin. That's all you have to do is just begin. So that's what I did. I gathered advice from people along the way. Sometimes I listened, sometimes I didn't, but then I listened again. And so I have just continually put one foot in front of the other.
And it's awesome.
I joined a course that it was Kelly Ray Roberts called it was the flying lessons, about how to spread your wings and fly. And that's how I met Linda and a group of other artists. And together we built this camaraderie that told us that we supported each other to keep going and keep doing. And here you are now still supporting. So it's really been fun. But no, I did not know that I could paint or draw. And now I just keep trying.
Well, what I think is so interesting too. So yes, we met back in 2011, right? Yep. And we have always stayed in touch. And it's so interesting because, like you mentioned, there were it's a good handful of us that got to know each other in that course and have remained in contact over the years. And everyone's journey has been completely different and just fascinating. And what I think is interesting, not only that you didn't have any prior experience, but you're really good at it. And I've seen your art evolve so much that you have sold in art shows. You get custom order requests because you have really gotten great at taking a photo of somebody and being able to recreate that with your charcoal and pastels, I believe, right?
Both.
Both. And you sell your creations online. You take custom orders. You've had your stuff in consignment boutiques.
Mm-hmm.
So you've really evolved so much in such a short period of time. But it's a great testimonial of, first of all, we're never too old. And
Too old.
no, to start something completely new, a new chapter. And everyone has to follow their own unique path.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And yes, I do sell my artwork. I find that I have a series called The Little Bits of Inspirations, and they're all encouraging or thought-provoking, and those really touch people. And a lot of times when I'm at art shows, people will come in and they will be touched by a saying to where it brings them to tears. And then I know that's even more confirmation that I'm on the right path. But it doesn't matter, because creating art itself and selling the art, it helps you as you get older to have more income coming in. And so that's a big bonus right there as well.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know I have had play days coming down to your house. And even though we live quite a few hours away from each other, it's so nice to be able to go to another person's art studio and play. And I always learn so much from you. And it's wonderful that you have taken this step into sharing, and you're good about pulling that out of other people too, and showing them how to create on their own. I see you as a good teacher that way.
Thank you. I did start a website that I haven't really been active on lately, but it's not ever gone. It's called The Late Bloomers. I am a late bloomer, and that's exactly what I am. And I know that there's other late bloomers out there, and if you're out there listening to me, what my goal is to let you know that yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can do whatever. You don't have to paint like I paint or do what I do, but be something. Be creative in your own way. And, if it leads you to a business where you can earn a living, that's really terrific. But if it opens up your heart, that's terrific. So you cannot lose. So the website is called I'm a Late Bloomer, and it's where I take stories of other artists that are also late bloomers, and I write their story, or they write their story, and I just present it to the world. And it's just about stepping out from where you are to where you want to be.
That is so awesome. I love that. I love that. Yes, I haven't looked at that in quite a while. I remember looking at that regularly, and I remember being in it too.
You were in it. I know that you were part of my Smile project.
Yes, that's what I was thinking of.
And I still have only 12 places left for that, where I'm doing a project of people smiling. And I started that because, first of all, it's so in depth about smiling and the effect that a smile, just simple smile like you've got right now, a beautiful smile, that what it can do to change someone's life, even if it's for a second or for a moment. You did something for that person. And I'm so passionate about the smiling aspect. Then when I decided I wanted to do portraits, the teeth, the smiling and all that is one thing that people really edge away from. But I decided to challenge myself, and so I created this project called the Smile Project, and you can see it on my website. It's got its own little tab or link to it, and it's all, people send me their pictures of them smiling, and then I draw them. And when I gathered 53, I want 52, and then I'll be 53. I'm going to make a big, huge piece out of it. And my goal is to take it places and also talk about smiling, talk about the smiling, the value of a smile. And I don't know what it's going to be like, but like I said, when I first started this, I had no idea, and I just put one foot in front of the other. So that's what I'm going to do with this project as well. So
That is so cool. What an awesome project. And I do, because I know this really fun tidbit about you, I have to share. Way back when, you see, you've always been trying to share your smile with other people. And I think that started probably when you were a clown.
No, I was a clown. I was a clown. That was actually when I was in my early 40s. I was a clown. In my late 30s, early 40s. And my name was Be a P, which is be happy.
Be a P.
Be a P. No, I think my smile project, if I really get to the root of it, is when I was a child in kindergarten and all the, beginning of the school year. I couldn't talk very good, and they almost thought I was retarded because I couldn't talk. And back in that time frame, they wanted to put me in a home for retarded children or children with special needs. And Mrs. Linky, my principal of the school, saved me. But when I smiled so big that you could only see my gums, not my little teeth. And the kids used to make fun of me.
Aww.
But when I look at those, I just drew my picture. I just drew my picture of me.
I saw that online.
Yeah, but there's no teeth. It's my gums showing. Now, what I'm so proud of now that I look back is that I kept smiling anyway.
Yeah.
And I have a twinkle in my eye. So that's where that smile project actually began. But I don't know. Since 1993, I created a card in a store here, and it's all about smiling. And here's my smile card that I made.
Yes.
And it's the message is, if each of us would find a way to bring a smile to someone's day, we could make a difference in the world.
I love that.
Just a smile.
That's right.
Just a smile.
You're awesome, Teresa. Thank you so much for sharing with us. And I think your story is very inspirational for other people to kind of ignore the fear and just walk your own path of what you should be doing. And you're not going to know until you try.
And what are you going to lose by trying?
Right. Exactly.
But what you gain is enormous, and you don't even know all that you can gain.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being with us, and I will be talking to you soon.
Okay, great. Thank you, Linda.